Hello. It's just me in the house today. Is little lonely old me. My husband has left the building and my daughter has left the building, and I am lonely. Lonely. I'm lonely. I need some company. I need some company. Um, I always do this before I get started. I want to give a shout out to my girl, Danny Robinson, and the Avengers. Um, Rockadoodle. He wants some treats, and we don't have any. I can't believe he's out of treats. He had like a buttload of them. Like he eats more food than he does the treats. Hello, Demon Dictator. So good to see you. Well, breaking news, guys. Don Lemon has been arrested by Donald Trump, the federal agents, for protesting, for filming the protests in Minnesota. That is why they are arresting him. Guys, he is being arrested for no reason. Don Lemon did nothing. He went down there to film the protest and how ICE was all up in a church. And it's unbelievable. I'm waiting for Don Lemon. Don Lemon has a special on it. I would like to play it. But he's playing it right now, so I will have to wait until he's done. Out of respect for his current. But if you want to go see it before, don't leave me. Go watch it after. But he has been arrested. And the reason why he's been arrested, I don't know why, but the main reason was because he was down there in Minnesota filming the protest. And now he's been arrested for it. Talk about freedom of speech. It's gone out the door. Even if he wanted to just go down there as a citizen to protest, he had all the right. He can do whatever he wants to. It's crazy. Crazy. Okay, so AT2 finally stopped talking. Now I can play his video. Well, I'll give him a 5 or 10 more minutes. But let's talk about it. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Demon Dictator. Hello, guys. How dare Don record history and truth? What is your with him for show the world what is really happening? He must be stopped. Exactly. It is crazy. Crazy. That would be like me and you if we went to the church and we just started filming. That's what I'm saying. People don't believe that this stuff can happen anywhere. ICE, killings, all of that can happen right there in front of you. And you wouldn't know what happened. They're arresting journalists now. Don Lemon has been officially arrested. I like that. Comment of the moment goes to Ellie. Hello, Anne. Hello, Charles. Oh my God. Now we're leftists and we're insane. Why did they arrest Don Lemon? What was the stupid ass reason that they arrested Don Lemon? He did nothing wrong. He was within his rights to do what he wanted to do. And now we're some type of lefty. Charles, stop with the stop. Stop with the calling the names. We're not nuts. How is that evil? How is Donald Trump arresting Don Lemon a leftist problem? And we're dumb. And then a nerve of you to bring God into this. God is not about division and strife and hate and evil. They went to the house of God, and then their dumb protests. This is how you evil, broken souls do. That's that stupid stuff. Charles, if who was interrupting? Wasn't ICE interrupting their ceremony? ICE was in there messing with them. Don Lemon was in there covering it. So how was he getting involved in their stuff when the stuff was already popping off by Donald Trump's gang? Let's see. You got your grandma's phone? Now he's telling us to wake up. We're up. You need to wake up. Until it happens to you, it'll just be do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. But as soon as something happened to you, then you want to get on. You're going to have to eat those words. Golden, people who support Trump are demonic. There is something wrong with those that do support him. Because if you support him, you support his beliefs and his rhetoric, his all of it. So like Nicki Minaj and 50 Cent and the rest of those people that support him, it's like, why do you support him? And if you do support, again, why do you support him? Don Lemon arrested. I want to get the information from AT2. You like it? We like AT2 over here. He's our friend. OMG. Okay, where are we going? We're going to AT2. Don Lemon has been arrested. This is some BS. Chris Cuomo throws savage shots at Don Lemon. Don Lemon has been arrested.
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you guys for being here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm kind of just going to go ahead and get into it. As you guys may or may not know, Don Lemon was arrested last night in LA. He planned on going to LA to, this also lets you know, like, this was very targeted because he had planned on going to LA for the Grammys. He's going to be there this weekend. And so he was arrested last night. His lawyer did put out a statement. I just want to go ahead and read it to you guys just in case you guys are aware of what's going on. And mind you, it's 6:57 in the morning here in California, so he hasn't been to court yet. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, has he gone to court? Well, not yet because it's still early in the morning. It said Don Lemon was taken into custody by federal agents last night in Los Angeles, where he was covering the Grammy Awards. Don has been a journalist for 30 years, and his constitutional.
I'll try to remember that. I'm very bad with names, Key. So sorry, let's hear what AT2 is saying. I'm talking over him. My husband told me, he says, I have some criticism for you. Donald Trump wants to start a war. 3 or 2, I don't know. Yes, domestic here at home. Yep. Till he realized that it's affecting his numbers. See, Donald Trump know numbers. And we can bring that number down. Maybe that'll get his attention. Because he definitely doesn't care about human life as much as I would wish he would. Let me put it that way. Because anytime he's okay with his agents coming out and shooting Alex Perret and saying it was domestic terrorism is a bald-faced lie. Unless he's just trying to cover up for his I don't know what he cares about, but he definitely keeps getting it wrong. Yeah, it's really interesting. I don't know what kind of Bible they're reading either. I don't. Because God is not about hate, division, and all of that stuff. He is not about that. And that's definitely the vibe that I'm getting, a lot of negative. I saw someone on YouTube that was just so upset because they had lost half their food stamps. And they got like a whole bunch of kids. And they work. But they rely on the food stamps for help with the food. Don Lemon committed a crime. Oh, God. A crime. If that was any of us, we would have been arrested too. What crime did he commit? Going to a church. Whether he was protesting or whether he was reporting on it, that is not a crime. It's interesting to me what people are starting to believe what crime is today. And it seems to be changing depending on who it is. This is a bunch of BS. Stop telling people what they're not seeing. Don Lemon did nothing. This is an outrage. I'm outraged. I'm very disappointed. This was not my topic this morning. No. I was not going to be talking about Trump. I hate talking about Trump. He's not a subject I like to talk about. He's not. He's not like, oh, I'm talking about Trump today. This is going to be good. This is for those that want to know what is going on in our society. They arrested Don Lemon for reporting. What's wrong, Rocky? Did you see someone? I don't know who's barking at. He committed a crime. That's that BS. Stop telling me I'm seeing stuff that I'm not seeing. And you don't have to like him. You don't have to like Don Lemon. I don't even have to like him to know when it's wrong. That's the difference between right and wrong. It doesn't matter if you're good or bad or whatever. what matters is if you've committed a crime. And when you have not committed a crime and they're arresting you, I would sue them for harassment. It feels like Donald Trump is harassing the journalist. They wouldn't sign off on the paperwork. Ellie says, as of January 30th, 2026, Don Lemon was arrested by federal agents in connection with an anti-ICE protest in Minnesota church, but no charges have been finalized against him. Why am I fighting for either side? What do you mean? What do you mean? You know what? I'm not worried. If I know this is what I do know. I know that I'm on the right side. I do know that much. You can call me left eye, lefty, leftist. Ooh, left eye, let's go. You can call me whatever you want to call me. Right is right and wrong is wrong. This has not anything got to do with nothing political. It's nothing political. This is not a political debate. This is about someone in the White House that we have that is wreaking havoc on our United States of America. And we're sitting back watching it. Let's see what Don Lemon has to say. A federal magistrate judge previously rejected a Department of Justice bid to charge him. He was documenting the protest, not participating, his legal team stated. Now, if he wanted to participate, he can. So they got him on participating. Help us, Jesus. They need to be ashamed going to his house, picking him up. And he is not the only one that they arrested. They also arrested another lady that is a journalist. He's arrested 2 journalists for reporting on the Minnesota shindig. Okay, now we don't want people to live anymore and stuff. How are we anti-life when they make it okay for someone to just shoot someone in the head and be like, oh, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Like, oh, okay, we didn't just see that. Okay. We didn't just see it. And then now we are protesting. No, he was not. If he was asked to leave, he would have left. First, second, third, and fifth, and eighth, and 10th of it all. The preacher wanted him there. And you're the moron because picking up journalists because they have a voice is stupid. Everybody knows that Don Lemon does not like Donald Trump. Who does? He's trying to put fear into people's hearts so that we won't have something to say about him. Shh. Don't you talk about the president, because if you do, you're going to jail. No, him reporting on it made Donald Trump look bad. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. See, I didn't know whose life it was going to be to make a change. I still think that ICE needs to be abolished. Let's talk about Don Lemon. Okay, listen, if you're going to be rude and disrespectful to the host, you're going to have to get the hell up out of here. Okay? I don't need numbers to have a good time, baby, because I have one all by myself. So if you are rude again, you're getting that out of here. Okay? Anyone has been warned. Don't talk nasty to the host. It's rude, even when you don't agree with them. Hello? Are you talking about my hair? Yeah, I'm not pretending that it's real. Ain't nothing real about this. You can tell right here it ain't. They're tie knots. God, why am I having a conversation with you? You're finna go. Okay. Now he's talking about my beautiful nails. Now he's talking about my beautiful nails. You guys, you know I love my nails. Now it's just, now he's taking it personal. Talking about my hair. Nationwide shutdown today. It should be. It's time for us to start shutting shit down. Yeah. Yeah. Letitia, please read my comments in the other chat. Don Lemon did not commit a crime. He didn't. He did not. He did nothing. Not sure what you mean by that, Danny. Want a white so badly. Didn't get that one either. Oh my, I'm not a child now. I'm trying to keep up, guys. You don't have to like Don Lemon. Okay, there you go. You finally have said something that has pissed me off. Talking about abortion and babies. You're held to the no. You finally said something to piss me off. You were doing really good. Now, keep it up, and I'm going to boot your ass right up out of here. Okay? Careful. Don't take it too far. Okay? Don't. I'm not explaining that. I'm not going through that. I'm not having a conversation about that. But if you say something like that again, I'm kicking you smooth out. You disgusting piece of crap a Doolittle. You're the disgusting crap a Doolittle for today. Okay, someone's glad he's in jail. Yeah, Golden, they're about to piss me off. Yeah. Yeah, we realized that we did lose. Yes. And look, we're paying for it. And those that voted for him, that regret their vote, how did you not know? How did you not know? It's not like this is his first rodeo. Didn't you see the first rodeo? God, people. Hello, the handsome dancer. I really like that. And I should learn about the Constitution. Yeah, starting with freedom of press. You know, freedoms. What happened? Oh, you would like to donate. That is so kind. There's several ways you can donate, sweetheart. I'll put the banner up to help there. Or you can just hit the little money little button in there. Hit the little money button. Okay, it's the makeup and the lashes. That's okay. No, they did not do any of that, Ellie. Demon Dictator, can you please slow down the chat for me? Hi, Diane. 77 million. I don't think that number is correct. That number has fallen. I wouldn't believe that number is still going strong like that. That's that stupid stuff. Because I seen everyone in Minnesota out there on the street. And I'm thinking he gonna need some of those people to be on his side, and none of those people were on his side. 77 million is not correct. They might need to do a recount. Oh, you guys are so kind. Let's see. Thanks
for being here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm kind of just gonna go ahead and get into it. As you guys may or may not know, Don Lemon was arrested.
I'm 53 more. Now I'm transgender. That's the second person that said that about me, but that's fine because transgenders are beautiful. Especially when they fix themselves up. Oh man. They look better than some. Trump needs to keep his hands off the First Amendment and remember this separation of church and state. Obviously, some people have a difficult time with reading comprehension in the Constitution. Ooh, that's Ellie, comment of the moment. Okay, you're being insulting again. I told you to be careful. If you want to hang out with the crew, with us, hang out with us and have fun with us, you better keep it copacetic. Sure he did. Simply for Don Lemon, pathetic. Yes. Are you kidding? I like me some Don Lemon. And besides, this is breaking news.
Last night in LA. He planned on going to.
You know what I like about ATG?
Hello. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you guys for being here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm kind of just going to go ahead and get into it. As you guys may or may not know, Don Lemon was arrested last night in LA.
How to donate. Those are the ways you donate. I hope that helped. Now, let me know if you do, because I'm not logged in to PayPal. So if you do, let me know so I can give you a shout out or Let's get to Don Lemon.
He planned on going to LA to, this also lets you know, like, this was very targeted because he had planned on going to LA for the Grammys. He's going to be there this weekend. And so he was arrested last night. His lawyer did put out a statement. I just want to go ahead and read it to you guys just in case you guys are aware of what's going on. And mind you, it's 6:57 in the morning here in California. So he hasn't been to court yet. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, has he gone to court? Well, not yet because it's still early in the morning. It said Don Lemon was taken into custody by federal agents last night in Los Angeles, where he was covering the Grammy Awards. Don has been a journalist for 30 years, and his constitutionally protected work in Minneapolis was no different than what he has always done. The First Amendment exists to protect journalists whose role is to shine light on truth and hold those in power accountable. There is no more important time for people like Don to be doing this work. Instead of investigating the federal agents who killed 2 peaceful Minnesota protesters, the Trump Justice Department is devoting its time and attention and resources to this arrest, and that is the real indictment of wrongdoing in this case.
I'm sorry. I have to say it. Is my lashes offending you guys? They're not real. I just put these on today. So when I came on, so I can look presentable to my why y'all hating on the way I look? What the screwball is going on? Exactly, Ellie. Mega. Only nice people here are welcome. So it's not. I've done a tutorial on it. I have. Okay, a demon dictator. I don't know how to log into that Cash App. So this is what you got to do, because I have a show to do, and I will go and I will check my Cash App. I promise. But if you lovely people leave me something, I need you to put something in the chat, like a fan, so I can celebrate you and thank you so much for any Cash Apps that you send me. But I'm not logged into that system at the moment, okay? This is some crazy to do.
Because he had planned on going to LA for the Grammys. He's going to be there this weekend. And
he was on his way to the Grammys. He was going to report on the Grammys. Okay? He still have VIP places. But since he's been arrested for some BS, you know, the Democrats are trying to end free health care to Israel, guys. How are we trying to get rid of health care? You know what? Stop the lies. You know? Okay, yes. Okay, there is a button. There's a button that has like there's a button on there with a money signal. You hit that button and you decide if you want to leave a super sticker or a super chat. That's only know how to explain it. There's a money sign on there. Here, let me send myself one. So you go, Can you believe Don Lemon has been arrested?
And so he was arrested last night. His lawyer did put out a statement. I just want to go ahead and read it to you guys, just in case you guys aren't aware of what's going on. And mind you, it's 6:57 in the morning here in California. So he hasn't been to court yet. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, has he gone to court? Well, not yet, because it's still early in the morning. It said Don Lemon was taken into custody by federal agents last night in Los Angeles, where he was covering the Grammy Awards. Don has been a journalist for 30 years, and his constitutionally protected work in Minneapolis was no different than what he has always done. The First Amendment exists to protect journalists whose role is to shine light on truth and hold those in power accountable. There is no more important time for people like Don to be doing this work. Instead of investigating the federal agents who killed 2 peaceful Minnesota protesters, the Trump Justice Department is devoting its time and attention.
Oh God, my husband has got to he had an accident, right? And we need to get the car fixed. And the body shop has called us and scheduled it and then rescheduled. And I told my husband, I said, we got to get it in there. You know, they have to get it done. So I scheduled it one more time. And I'm gonna tell him we got to do it by the 6th. And that won't be so bad. Anyway, sorry, I did not mean to leave you guys waiting for me, but I needed to take that call.
Attention and resources to this.
My insurance company. That's the insurance company telling you, Letitia, you haven't taken your car in yet. What insurance company does that? It's weird in the United States. It's weird. $200. What's $200? You're sending me, okay, I'll log in. I don't even know how to log in, I swear. Guys, let me put AT2 on while you guys don't wait.
This arrest, and that is the real indictment of wrongdoing in this case. The unprecedented attack on the First Amendment and transparent attempt to distract attention from many crises facing the administration will not stand. Don will fight these charges vigorously and thoroughly in court. So that was from his lawyer, Abby Lowell. For those of you who don't know who Abby Lowell is, he's the one that represented Hunter Biden. For those of you who don't know, he represented Hunter Biden. Whether you like that or not, this is wild. Yes, and that's the thing that I want to point out too. And thank you for that. And hello, everybody coming in the room. Son, Shawnee, Prissy, Claudette, my father's son. It's the fact that no matter what side of the aisle you're on, if the president has the power to arrest journalists, that's scary. And especially one thing about it is that literally when we talk about, oh, America, we got the freedom of speech and stuff like that, it's turning into Russia. And sooner or later, it's going to turn into North Korea. You know why Trump likes Putin and he likes Kim Jong-un? Because he wants to be able to control us like that. He wants us not to be able to criticize him or say things about him.
Oh,
he wants to arrest journalists and have people shut their mouths and only say things that are nice to him or nice about him and his administration and praise him. You know, it's one thing we already got Fox News. That's basically state-run media. I mean, he calls into Fox News almost every morning, or at least they have someone from the administration on the show all the time. You know? So yeah, Fox News is already state-run media. But the other thing about it is that you see like the CBS with Barry Wise and like all these people who are catering towards Trump. Like he's been able to sue these media companies and these networks and they pay him off. Like they're not even fighting it. They pay him off. And like they will edit and change shows around based on what Donald Trump says and how he feels. Like no one is fighting back. Like that same resistance in 2017, we don't have that today.
Ooh, what do you think, guys? That was a lot of information. Hi, Holly Sensitive. Hi, Debbie. Really? We're on strike? Okay, what the hell? Nobody told me. What are we striking? Debbie, did I miss the memo? What are we striking? Okay, that's me and Victoria. Me and Victoria will be on Saturday together. Okay. Okay. Demon Dictator. Oh, the new book is out. Okay, that's what I wanted to talk about. Okay, listen. There's going to be 2 lives, but I don't know what Debbie's talking about. Yeah, I think he left. Hi, Kamori. Oh, let me know when you do. The handsome dancer. Okay. Let me know when you do. Because I just logged in and I don't know. I think I've received. Oh, I'm in PayPal. I'm in the wrong one. Okay, guys, bear with me. Anyway, what are you thinking about? I'm going to get to it. I promise. Wow. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay. I ordered some food. Somebody came to my door. Anyway, there's a lot going on. Hang out with me though. We're having fun. Oh my God. I've never received I've never received anything like that before. And for you to do that, I just want to let's give me a minute. Let's go back to AT2 for a sec. Do y'all believe what he's saying about Donald Trump?
Power to arrest journalists.
They're arresting
scary.
journalists. They're arresting journalists. Don Lemon was arrested. Shouldn't we be outraged? I am. I think it's some real crazy to do stuff going on. Oh my God. I cannot believe it. Let me see. Okay. Why is it not? Okay, it hasn't request pay. It hasn't came through. But when it does, I will let you know. It must be going through the process. But wow, thank you so very, very much, the handsome dancer. Can we put some hearts in the chat for the handsome dancer for me? I've never received a super chat that big before, and I want to thank you so very, very much for your generosity. And it really, really means a lot. Mwah. Kisses to you. Now, I need to get to the bottom because I know I'm way behind. Wow, thank you so much. Wow, that is so kind. That is like way beyond kind. That is so, I am so blessed. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. Wow. That is so awesome. That is too much. I just want to thank you so much. Can we put some hearts, some big, fat, colorful, all kinds of hearts for the handsome dancer for me? And flowers and balloons, and just let's celebrate. Thank you so much. Exactly, Ellie. I don't agree with everything Letitia says. That makes me an individual with the ability to think for myself. Anyone who agrees with anyone 100% of the time is referred to as a skimp and a sheep. I agree. I agree with you 100%. I know, because you have your own thoughts, your own ideas. And guys, you are welcome to come up here and talk about it too. Because I love when Demon Dictator gives me her perspective. It's awesome. Hello to in the news. Planet, hello. Oh, thank you, handsome dancer. I love your name, by the way, too. Okay, Daisy Lee. I think we did get rid of them, didn't we? Bring on the show.
And especially one thing about it is that literally when we talk about, oh, America, we got the freedom of speech and stuff like that, it's turning into Russia. And sooner or later, it's going to turn into North Korea. You know why Trump likes Putin and he likes Kim Jong-un? Because he wants to be able to control us like that. He wants us not to be able to criticize him or say things about him. He wants to arrest journalists and have people shut their mouths and only say things that are nice to him or nice about him and his administration and praise him. You know, it's one thing we already got Fox News. That's basically state-run media. I mean, he calls into Fox News almost every morning, or at least they have someone from the administration on the show all the time. You know? So yeah, Fox News is already state-run media. But the other thing about it is that you see like the CBS with Barry Wise and like all these people who are catering towards Trump. Like he's been able to sue these media companies and these networks, and they pay him off. Like they're not even fighting it. They pay him off. And like they will edit and change shows around based on what Donald Trump says and how he feels. Like no one is fighting back. Like that same resistance in 2017, we don't have that today. There is no resistance. Like everybody is literally caving in, capitulating to whatever Trump wants done. And it's all like, seriously? Like, really?
You got an email?
And, you know, and when we talk about new media and stuff like that, I know there was a conversation like, oh, they're trying to silence new media because of these lawsuits. Oh, no. This is the real, you know, silencing of media when you get arrested. Media outlets have always been sued. That's nothing new, right? Media outlets have always been sued. That's nothing, you know, that's not an attack on new media. This right here, this shit right here, this is an actual attack on media, you know? Yeah, and he's suing the IRS, which you're ahead of you're the head of the federal government. You are the executive branch, and you're suing, thank you, Bama Girl, you're suing the IRS. Which, Bama Girl, when they exposed his taxes,
I get what you're saying,
he barely paid anything on his taxes. So remember that he was hiding his taxes and didn't want to show people. Like 1 year he paid $450 or something crazy like that. Some like small minuscule amount. What's up, Tracy? You said Yvette said something. What's up, Joy? Trump doesn't care if he gets a conviction. It's about embarrassing Lemon. This too will backfire. Yeah, because the magistrate had originally said no to it, and then somehow they're able to go around that and then still charge Don Lemon. And it's actually not just Don Lemon, you guys. It's another journalist that got arrested too. Let me see if I can go ahead and, because I forgot what her name is. I'm not familiar with her so much. So I just want to make sure I get her name right. Some of y'all probably already put it in the chat, but I just want to pull this up. So this is from Here's Why Kevin. I follow him on Instagram. Georgia Fort, that's what her name is. And so she was also there too as well. Demetria, read my comment. He needs to be in jail. Yes, I agree. Yeah, Lady Letitia. He needs to, technically he's a felon. He does need to be in jail.
That was my comment.
Nikki was also there too as well. Demetria, read my comment. He needs to be in jail. Yes, I agree. Yeah, Lady Letitia. He needs to, technically he's a felon. He does need to be in jail.
Right, Ellie. You can.
Nikki talked about getting him arrested. She doesn't know she's going next. Lemon had a show this weekend. He's messing. Yeah, like I said, he's there for the Grammys. He's there for the Grammys this weekend. So this is definitely.
Let me show you how you do it. It's going to look weird. Okay, so I know it looks weird because you see me there, but this is the page. This is it. This is how you do the super chat. So there's a button down here next to comments, and it has like a little money thing. And then you click on super chat. Let me see if I can send myself something. Thank you. And there you go. That's how you do it. Okay, let's get back over here to So somebody else was filming as well, and another journalist was also arrested. Don Lemon wasn't the only one that was compromised. So I hope. Yes, so that's how you do it. It comes to me, but YouTube does take a percentage. They do take a percentage. Okay. Oh, am I that far behind? Demon Dictator.
Hey, just let me know that Handsome Dancer is a troll. Please be careful, not give him access to your bank account or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, well, I hope that helped. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. I will. Yes, thank you. I know, Diane. Even like me, because I speak out about him. Like I comment of the moment, comment of the moment. I'm in an old person's home and donate it. She's just like my daughter. Oh, thank you, thank you. You're sweet. No, it's okay. It has gone. No, I don't think anything is gone. I don't think that you ever sent it, to be honest with you, because it would show up. Yeah. And I'm in there. I finally logged in. How far are we? I'm trying to catch up, guys. Exactly. If nobody is allowed to record in any church, I demand that anyone who covers the Pope in church immediately be arrested, including when Trump was there for the funeral of the last Pope. Exactly. It's not making sense why they have arrested him. He's all over the internet. Don Lemon. It's who you want to get the news from. Mine just takes a little longer than norm. And plus, I've had my cappuccino. Hello. I heard that it's a blackout today. No work, no school. No, it was yesterday and the day before. No work, no school. That's what Debbie said. Hmm. me. I'm not dressing like it's Halloween. I got flowers on. I have a flower top. And my background is not that. It's something different. It's festive. He was arrested because he was a journalist. That's what they said. He was a journalist in a church. He was in a public place. This makes no sense. It doesn't. It doesn't make sense why he's been arrested.
Definitely crazy. That's why I'm all like, okay, this sounds like it was definitely targeted. So it says Emmy Award-winning independent journalist Georgia.
This was targeted. This was targeted at him. This was targeted at Don Lemon for his freedom of speech because he speaks out because of what he says, because he has a lot of followers. No, Donald Trump is trying to silence people. This is the second or third time trying to silence him. I believe that he didn't help him lose his job. All those changes CNN made, and I left CNN after that. We don't talk. I left when Don Lemon left. And Cuomo. I don't watch them no more. I watch MSNBC and when I do watch it. But mostly I'm on the internet. Look, I'm watching AT2. This is a mess. This is another journalist that got arrested. She's going to speak out in just a second.
Ford has also been arrested by federal agents for covering the anti-ICE protests at a church in Minneapolis, despite being members of the press. These arrests come days after the magistrate judge in Minnesota refused to sign the complaint for their arrest. According to her team, Georgia was arrested in front of her children. That's crazy. The Trump DOJ is targeting journalists in their first arrest. Their first arrest are two Black independent journalists. You know, because my question is, are the protesters going to be arrested? Like, because what they're trying to say is that Don was a part of this coup to like interrupt the church or enter in the church. Now, I know that one of the women is from the NAACP and she was arrested, but as I understand, she's fighting it because she said that they had permission to go inside that church. Now, there are some kind of protections that they have regarding the church, like as far as people enter in because it's supposed to be private and you're supposed to be allowed to worship, right? There is a law. But again, with Don Lemon, he's a part of the press. He's reporting on what's going on. Now, you're going to have a tough time trying to prove that he was a part of it or he was in on it when it's documented, because again, this is all on live stream when he was talking to the protesters and they were like, oh, we're about to go in this church. You didn't see Don like planning with them or organizing this or orchestrating this at all. So again, this is Nikki's get back for shading her last week. Yeah, I can see that. And thank you. I appreciate that. MS Now just said Don was not surprised and they came for him. Well, speaking of not surprised, Don did see this coming. You know, I told you in the title, Lemon knew this was coming. So let me go ahead and show you guys that right now.
You don't have my
one moment while I share my screen. He had just did an interview on this. This is the crazy part. Here we go. You guys ready? Let me make sure the sound is on.
Right now, we're happy to announce she is joining Scripps News as a special events anchor. And she is already hitting the ground running today, bringing us an exclusive interview with Don Lemon days after he...
Okay, let's go ahead and get those likes up real quick, you guys. And thank you, everybody, for coming in the room.
How did you?
Yes, and definitely prayers for Don Lemon. Hopefully he will. He will overcome. We don't have to necessarily say that. He's going to get through it. Don got money, and he got one of the best lawyers. So
good for him.
You know, he's definitely going to... He's going to be all right. But still, who wants to be in jail? No, and especially when you're supposed to be there for work. Like you guys say, they're messing up the money. Thank you, Demetria, for keeping track. I appreciate that. We got 150 people in here, so we can definitely go ahead and get those likes up. Here we go.
He was involved in that ICE protest inside that Minneapolis church. Hey, Allison. Good to see you again. What was Don's demeanor during the interview? What did he have to say about Minnesota?
Well, Dell, it was really interesting to sit down with my longtime friend, former colleague from CNN, Don Lemon. I would say that Don was calm. He was resolute. He was unapologetic about everything that happened in that St. Paul, Minnesota church. He says he was just there acting as a journalist. He thinks that he was protected by the First Amendment in order to be inside that church.
Yeah, if it hasn't gone through, then yeah, cancel it. Because I don't remember giving you my PayPal. And you said you didn't have it. And this is the only thing I had was the Cash App. So no, nothing came through. Yeah, I was waiting for it. I thought it was pending too, but nothing's there, hon. It took beforehand. No, like they took some pictures. You saw some pictures. What do you mean, Danny? I'm trying to catch up, guys, I promise. Yeah, Demon Dictator, nothing came over. I just didn't want to not give her flowers for not, sending a. He was arrested because he broke the FACE Act. What? That makes no sense. That's some made up bull crap. Poor Don Lemon. Oh, I'm not sure, Debbie. Yeah, I'm done with that conversation because nothing came through. Yes, that's right. You're going to put your comments on the screen here so everybody can see them. That's that stupid stuff. What does that got to do with Debbie? Is that what they made up? Is that what they made up? Because he made a comment about his coworker on TV. Are you talking about that moment? Oh, when they put him on suspension or then they brought him back. He was never gone, and then they let him go. Why would he get arrested for something like that? Oh my God, this is so pathetic. Didn't Donald Trump say he would grab that woman's PUSSY? He says worse things than that. But Don Lemon says something about someone's age. Ooh, that gets worse. Ooh, where's my bell? Ding, 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 ding. That's that stupid stuff. You see that right there? And if it gets too bad, then it is what it is. You got to go. You'll be blocked. I have someone that will block you. Be fine. We aren't living in Nazi Germany. Hey, how come we not? he will get a massive television deal from this, maybe The View. No, this is stupid. This is not cool to be arrested. Don Lemon doesn't want to be arrested. This is the whole fact of the matter is that Danny, good theory, but that still doesn't feel good. So you would have to admit, and I think that you are admitting just a little bit that it was unfair. Yeah. Oopsie. He was there. The preacher did not mind him being there. He did not tell Don Lemon to leave. He invited him in so that he could help him protest, as a matter of fact. So he was a guest. He was a guest. He was a guest at church. He was not in a space where he was not. They said they did not want to go after him for doing anything because he did nothing wrong. So Donald Trump got his dogs out there doing his dirty work, trying to shut up Don Lemon. And not just Don Lemon, this other young lady.
Covering the protest, but he also does believe that this tension with the Department of Justice is not yet over for him.
You tell me. With this administration, you don't know. Look, I'm not naive. I think they're probably going to try again and again, as they did with Tish James and Comey and everyone. If one doesn't work, and they try something else, and that fails, and they try something else, and then they just don't give up because they want to save face. But I don't know what's next. I think what's next is that I have to be in it for the long haul, and just to be strong as always and keep calm and carry on.
Because this federal magistrate judge said that they didn't have a case. Basically, the Department of Justice said that they didn't have a case. I mean, the judge said the Department of Justice didn't have a case. But you think that it's not over?
No, I think it's not over. Because it doesn't matter if there's no law to fit. They will try to fit or retrofit something or go around a judge and just do it themselves.
Wow.
And it doesn't matter. And everything that they say pertains to protesters. I was not a protester. It's very clear about that. If you look at all the evidence, I'm not a protester. And so,
but even if you were a protester, he was within his rights to protest. Why does he have to? It's almost like I'm explaining my case. Like, this is my song, dang it. Period. End of discussion. There's nothing to discuss anymore. I learned something about the law today, and it's not gonna be, she's not gonna walk up in the court and think that she's going to sue me again and again and again. No. But this is harassment. It's harassment. It's unwanted harassment. He's getting picked up by the federal government for something as simple as filming the protests. That's just like me and you out there filming. What if it was me and you out there filming? What's wrong, Rockadoo Little? Ain't no treaty dues. Oh. He could be missing Daddy. Daddy had to go in the office today. I don't know if he's going to stay all day. I think he said he's going to come home at lunch. But anyway. What receipt? What receipt? The handsome dancer. Nothing. How many times I'm gonna have to tell you? Nothing's pending. Nothing's come through. Nothing's on my Cash App. Nothing's on my PayPal. Actually, I never gave you my PayPal, so I know you couldn't have sent it to there. You only had access to my Cash App that's on the screen. So do you even know where you sent it? So I'm sorry, I can't help you any further than that. Don Lemon actually assaulted multiple men. Now here we go. Don Lemon did not hit anybody. He didn't put his hands on someone. Now is this a conspiracy theory? Now we're going left again. Totally out the door. Makes no sense. Don Lemon's been fighting people now. God, the stories we'll come up with. Let it go. He's not some evil person. He's a journalist getting the story out there on front line. That's what he was doing in America. Freedom of press can go anywhere. We're always on the battlefield. What the hell is he talking about? What are they talking about? You don't have to leave. It's just my opinion. That's all. Well, you may need to call them. You're going to have to call them because that's the only way. If it's pending and it's in loop, then you're going to have to call them. There's nothing I can do about it. Letitia, that was why he was dismissed from CNN. Nothing to do with the arrest. Why is he arrested then? Well, who did he say something to? He got arrested because he called someone a name? A name? God, make it make sense. It ain't making sense. It ain't making sense. It ain't making sense. A whole bunch of racism going on. That's what that's going on. And not just that piece of it. But Donald Trump is trying to silence journalists. That's what this is. If I can't control what comes out of your mouth, I'm going to arrest you. That's some Putin stuff right there. Or his Jong-un, him. Yeah. Hello, Lisa. It's so good to see you. We're talking about Don Lemon's arrest. And not just Don Lemon, but another lady, another journalist. I got to find out what her name is. Baseless lawsuits and arrests, Lisa. It is out of control. It is out of control. He organized the car with rioters. He went inside with them. He got in the minister's face. Yep, he's guilty. None of that, none of that, none of that is illegal. He organized it. Okay. He in the car with rioters, protesters. He went inside with them. That's not anything bad. He got in the minister's face. That wasn't anything bad. Yep, he's guilty. Oh, wow, North. Yeah, let me take the banner down too. Only play it every now and then. Don Lemon will be assaulted. Pastors no more. This is so crazy. What's wrong, Rocket, you little? It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, rioters. Sure. Ha ha ha. Don Lemon can't assault pastors anymore. Don't understand that moment. Didn't get that. He didn't do anything wrong, guys. He didn't do anything wrong. Not in the strike or boycott. What the heck? It doesn't make sense. How are we supposed to know what's going on if no one's reporting on it? How was we supposed to know that they wasn't protesting ICE in the church if we didn't know about it? If Don Lemon wasn't going to report on it? What's wrong, Rockadoo Little? Hold on, let me check. We don't have any. Why is it entertaining that we're defending him? Defending someone for their freedom of speech. He said they were coming after him. He said it.
So I think, Allison, not that I think I know, I was the biggest name. And so if they get a Don Lemon, woohoo, that's a victory. And also, I'm the one who put the information out there.
Yeah, so that's what Don feels. He does not think that this is over whatsoever. He's sort of waiting for the other shoe to drop. But as I said, he's going to, as he said, he's going to keep calm and carry on and keep reporting and keep doing his independent journalism.
Good for him.
So there you have it. He knew this was coming. He knew.
He's going to keep reporting and keep doing what he's been doing. He's not going to stop, even after today, and that's good. Why are you trying to shut people up? Oh, this was supposed to be one of those today's. Well, it's breaking news. One of ours have gone down with Minnesota, and we need to talk about it. One that stand in solidarity with you guys has been arrested. And I wouldn't say stand with you guys, but reported with you guys. Reported. Because if he hadn't reported it, how would we know? This is another effort for Trump to silence the people. That's right. He's not racist. First of all, I would be pissed off because ICE is all up in there trying to take the people that I love and care about out of the church, number one. Number two, I would have been glad that he was there so he could report on the injustice that's going on in a church, okay? Number three, I would have felt more comfortable with them being there rather than not. That's how I would have felt. Because I was under attack. Nope, he is a person that cares. He's a person that has empathy. He's a person that believes in reporting. And thank God he can say what he wants to say. But unfortunately, someone is trying to silence him. And it's really looking fishy. This is harassment on Don Lemon. Don't remember all that assault on a pastor. Everybody loves to bring up your past when things are not going so well, don't you? Oh, he assaulted a pastor. How in the hell did he assault a pastor? Don Lemon will be another person suing federal government. Trump's an idiot, point blank, period. Comment of the moment. No, it's not about the other side and this side. It's about what's right and what's wrong. What's right and what's wrong. That's not true. That's not true. I can't understand how people disagree with his arrest, but he did break the laws regarding a house of worship during service, and he was also asked to leave. Very bad choice. No, he was not asked to leave. He was not asked to leave because I'm sure he would have left, but they did not ask him to leave. Oh, they did tell him to leave. Did he leave or did he stay? Okay, former CNN anchor Don Lemon was arrested by federal authorities on Thursday night in connection with a protest at a Minnesota church service early this month. Lemon, 59, and three other journalists Tierney Jean Cruz, Georgia Fort, and Jamal Lending were arrested in connection with the coordinated attack on cities. The coordinated attack on City's Church in St. Paul, Minnesota. Attorney General Pam Bundy said in a post on X on Friday. The ex-CNN anchor attorney Abel said in a statement that Lemon was taken into custody by federal agents in Los Angeles, where he was covering the Grammy Awards. Instead of investigating the federal agents who killed 2 peaceful Minnesota protesters, the Trump Justice Department is devoting its time, attention, and resources to this arrest, and that is the real indictment of wrongdoing in this case, Lowe said. This unprecedented attack on the First Amendment and trespassing attempt to distract attention from the many crises facing this administration will not stand. Don will fight these charges vigorously and thoroughly in court, Lowell added. The arrest of the country's most recognizable journalist is the latest development in the federal government in preceding immigration crackdown in Minneapolis, in which 2 U.S. citizens have been shot and killed. Lemon was arrested by the FBI and Homeland Security investigations in Beverly Hills approximately midnight, according to a federal warrant issued another district. Details of the charges against the 4 were not immediately available. However, the Justice Department promised to pursue charges. What you mean? What the hell do you mean that we don't have the charges right now, but you're arrested? Details of the charges aren't the 4 were not immediately available. However, the Justice Department promises in the future to let you know what we're charging them of, because right now we don't know. All we know is that Donald Trump wants them arrested, and we want to scare the hell out of them so they'll shut the hell up talking about us. Promised to pursue charges against Lemon after the independent journalist covered the protest at a church in St. Paul on January 18th. A previous judge had previously rejected a criminal complaint against Lemon. A source formerly with the matter described Bonte as arranged by this decision. Their arrest also follows the apprehension of 3 others: Nikemi Levy Armstrong, Shantilla Lewis Allen, and William Kelly, who disrupted the same church service in St. Paul. Demonstrators gathered at the service because its pastor, David Eastwood, allegedly works for Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The pastor says Eastwood is the acting director of the ICE field office in St. Paul. And it goes on. Sorry, it wasn't showing you. This is crazy.
They were going to keep trying, like he knew it wasn't done. And that was smart for him to hire a lawyer because he's seen it coming. He knew like they're going to keep trying and pushing and pushing and pushing. And they did. because Minnesota didn't do it, so they went ahead and filed it federally. Now, again, they have not went to court, so it's not unsealed yet, so we don't know. Breaking news. Oh, it seems like they're going live. Are they going live? Because I just happened to look at Don Lemon's channel, and they have a live schedule for 7 a.m., but maybe that was before everyone knew what was going on. Yeah, that's crazy. I just happened to look on his channel, and there's like a live set, but yeah, I don't know if they're going to have somebody else fill in for him while everything is happening, but it's ridiculous, you guys. I think most presidents probably wanted to sue someone to shut them up. It's ridiculous, you guys. It really is. It truly is ridiculous. Because at the end of the day, this is why we have independent journalists. Like, we love independent journalists. Like, this is the whole point of like not being bought and paid for. As we've seen, like I said earlier, with the Trump administration, they're able to manipulate these different networks and stuff like that to get them to say positive shit or not report on the real stuff that's going on, because they're afraid, or they're working on some kind of deal for a merger, and those have to be approved. So they give in, they tap in. He sues them, they pay him off. Like, it's crazy what's going on. First of all, I didn't even think you could sue as a president. Like,
first of all, they didn't want to bring charges against Don Lemon. How many times have we said that? That they said, no, we don't want to get him for trespassing. We don't want to get him for anything. Now, all of a sudden, you guys are making up reasons why they haven't even came up with the charges yet. What is it going to be? Trespassing? The federal government is coming to pick you up for trespassing? The federal government is coming to pick you up because of trespassing? This is some BS, crack-a-doodle stuff that's going on. I don't know what's wrong with Rock-a-Doodle. He wants a treat, but ain't no more. Ain't no more treats, Rock-a-Doodle. This is that. I'm catching up. Well, even if it was, let's say he was trespassing, that is such a misdemeanor. It's not a federal offense.
I didn't even think that was a thing, because you would think, Tracy, that all the stuff that they said about Obama, I would have definitely sued. I think most presidents probably wanted to sue someone to shut them up, but they didn't because, again, they didn't want to try to influence the courts and stuff like that. But with Trump, he doesn't care. Like, you can tell, like, this whole, and mind you, this only has been a year, you guys. We're only a year into his administration.
How many treats?
A year. And it feels like it's been 30 years. I think because it's been about 10 years in total of Trump. This is why it feels so long, but it just feels like it's been more than a year, I swear. But anyway, my point is that with everything going on, like, Trump knows this is like his final battle. So he's like trying just to ruin the country is one, but two, he's out for revenge. This whole thing is about being out for revenge. Oh, so I have CNN on the TV, and the other journalist that was arrested, Georgia Ford, I guess she recorded when they let me see if I can find that somewhere. She recorded when they came to her home.
Who was that, Dale? I'm live as well.
Let me see. Dang, is the video online yet? Wow. Yeah, but the woman, Georgia Ford, the other journalist that was arrested, she recorded it. Wow. And to be arrested in front of your kids, like, have you ever seen like
Being arrested in front of your kids?
a family member be arrested in front of you as a child? It does affect you, you know?
You're a criminal?
I feel bad for her children.
I'm live too, Dale.
This is wild. Like, I don't know what else to say. This is not normal.
That's right, Lisa.
And again, people are going to say, oh, this is fear mongering. This is this and that. No, it's not fear mongering. The shit is not normal. And to pretend that it's normal,
This ain't normal.
you're the problem if you pretend like.
That's that stupid stuff. That's what I'm saying. You're the problem if you think this is normal. You're the problem. Arresting journalists for no reason. For no reason. Arresting a journalist for no reason whatsoever. And it does look foul, Donald Trump. It looks foul. Foul, foul, foul. This is that's right, Lisa. This is that BS right here. Trying to silence us. No, it's gonna make us talk louder and be like, wait a minute, this isn't fair. This is some BS. You're arresting us for speaking out. How is this okay?
Like this shit is normal. Let me just say that. You are the problem if you think this shit is normal.
Yep.
Okay, it does seem like someone does have it. Hold on, let me see. Let me take this down.
Worst polls in history. Boo, Donald Trump. Boo. Boo.
Agents are at my door right now. They're saying that they were able to go before a grand jury sometime, I guess, in the last 24 hours, and that they have a warrant for my arrest. I've talked to my attorney, and I'm being advised to go with them, I guess, down to Whipple. And my children are here. They're impacted by this. This is all stemming from the fact that I filmed a protest as a member of the media. We are supposed to have our constitutional right of the freedom to film, to be a member of the press. I don't feel like I have my First Amendment right as a member of the press because now federal agents are at my door arresting me for filming the church protest a few weeks ago. Again, I don't have a long time here, you guys, but I wanted you to know, for me, agents are at my door right now. My attorney has spoken with them. I did send a relative outside to talk to them. They're showing some type of documentation, apparently, that they got an indictment from a grand jury. I knew that. Agents are at my door right now. They're saying that they were able to go before a grand jury sometime, I guess, in the last 24 hours, and that they have a warrant for my arrest. I've talked to my attorney, and I'm being advised.
Okay, it cut off a little bit. Let me see if somebody else has the full name. Let me see.
Do you want to wear my black shoes? You guys, I wanted to alert the public that agents are at my door right now. They're saying that they were able to go before a grand jury sometime, I guess, in the last 24 hours, and that they have a warrant for my arrest. I've talked to my attorney, and I'm being advised to go with them, I guess, down to Whipple. And my children are here. They're impacted by this. This is all stemming from the fact that I filmed a protest as a member of the media. We are supposed to have our constitutional right of the freedom to film, to be a member of the press. I don't feel like I have my First Amendment right as a member of the press because now federal agents are at my door arresting me for filming the church protest a few weeks ago. Again, I don't have a long time here, you guys, but I wanted you to know, for me, agents are at my door right now. My attorney has spoken with them. I did send a relative outside to talk to them. They're showing some type of documentation, apparently, that they got an indictment from a grand jury. I knew that I was on a defendant's list. I did not publish it because it was under seal. And so we've done everything that we can to try and abide by, the advice of our attorneys. But right now, you guys, I wanted you to know I'm going to have to hop off here and surrender to agents as a member of the press.
My honey's here. Hi, honey dewdrop. My husband would like for you guys to know this is an attack on the free press by the convicted felon Trump and his criminal regime. I know that's right, honey. It's an attack. It's an attack. It's horrible. No, that's just weird. Fun. I'm sorry. No one was attacking anyone. It's just interesting how you guys will spin it. How did you spin him passing away? The guy. Or did you? You didn't have much to say about that, but you're spinning this. You can't spin this. We're talking about someone that had 32 or 34 count felony counts. A felon is now running the country and trying to dictate to us who we should listen to and who we shouldn't, and to try to silence us. Those federal agents that came to their house, they should have been ashamed of themselves. I would have been like, I'm not going. Get someone else to do it. I'm not making a fool out of myself, picking up an innocent Don Lemon and another young lady, journalist that we just heard. It's a shame. Let's be clear, going into church gatherings didn't start until 2026, and it surely didn't start with Black people. Keyword, convicted felon. Convicted felon. He probably wouldn't. Does it say I do? I think it's Saturday. No, I don't. Mm-mm. Let me just check. Hold on just a sec. Sorry, I was muted. I want to show you one other video my husband sent me. Okay.
I filmed the church protest a few weeks ago, and now I'm being arrested for that. It's hard to understand how we have a constitution, constitutional rights, when you can just be arrested for being a member of the press. We've seen all these violations. All right, you guys, I got to go. They're knocking.
Yep, she's coming right now.
Give me 1 second. All right, guys.
You want
Mm. That's crazy. And for those of you asking, so it's still sealed because you got to remember Minnesota is Central Time and then California is Pacific Standard Time. So the court, well, Minnesota, the courts are open, but here the courts are not open yet. So I highly doubt that, we'll get any update with her as of right now. But with Don, it's probably not going to be until noon we get an update because, again, they're sealed until they go to court. So we will see what they're being charged with. Again, a lot of people, because I seen it was like this black pastor who said, oh, if Don Lemon tries to come to my church and stuff like that. Here's the thing. The reason why they were even protesting the church, or the protesters that went there, was because allegedly that pastor works for ICE. And so they were protesting, like, how can you say that you're a man of the cloth, but yet you're out here trying to round people up and you're a part of this state-funded, because that's what ICE is now. It's state-funded terrorism. They out here beating, killing people. Yeah, it's state-funded terrorism. So anyway, in my opinion, right?
State-funded terrorism.
So with that being said, they had got notified, like, yeah, this pastor is the one that works for ICE. Now, ICE had never actually, director of ICE. Now, ICE is still not confirmed whether or not the pastor works for them or not. My thing is that, well, if he doesn't work for you, then you would easily say this pastor doesn't work for me, right? Why is there this whole give and take of whether or not the pastor, like, you would just say, no, he doesn't work for us. But obviously, he does work for them. Oh, y'all said Don Lemon is live, you guys? They went live? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shut down my show so we can watch and see what happens over there. I appreciate you guys for being here, but thank you. Hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel for more. Hit the notification bell. Thank you guys for being here. We're out of here.
Subscribe. We appreciate you being here on the Don Lemon Show, on Don Lemon's YouTube channel. Don was arrested in Los Angeles, California around midnight, is being held there in a federal detention facility, and we are awaiting news of his release. We are obviously demanding his release and the dropping of the charges against him for doing his job, as Mayor Karen Bass and others have said, for doing his job as a journalist, as an independent journalist covering the story. And the story was ICE goons murdering American citizens on the street and the protests that surround it. Angela Rye, what say you?
I am so tired of being terrorized and traumatized by this country, and under the color of law. It is supposed to be this country's 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. This is the year when Nicole Hannah-Jones said 1619, they yelled back 1776. Well, here is a remarkable opportunity for you to show the value system that you allegedly had in 1776 with the founding fathers, with these documents. And for me,
my husband would like everybody to know that Justin of the Distraction by Trader Trump released the Epstein files. Why are the mods deleting my comments? No. They're not deleting your comments. Lisa. And only have one mod. That's Demon Dictator. I don't think so. Yes. Oh, you asked me a question, Fun? What I don't expect, Fun, is people running around picking up people for stupid stuff. That's my answer to your question. This is stupid stuff. I don't care where they were, Cath, math, black, white. It doesn't matter what church it was or what church it looked like or what church, whatever. It doesn't matter the church. That's not even the question. The problem is that there was a protest. Don Lemon was recording it and showing the people the protest. Freedom of press. Press have the right to be there. And I don't see the pastor pressing charges against Don Lemon. I don't even see the state doing it. But our federal government, why is Trump down here doing stupid stuff, trying to silence Don Lemon? That's what this is about. Shut up, be quiet, don't say nothing else. Don't talk about what's going on in Minnesota. No, we need to know. Hello, Julie. However we feel about Don Lemon, he is protected by fair use commentary. Exactly. This is his group of people speaking out against the injustice.
I just have to say that I have not seen, as Dr. King has said in speeches, in writing, that America needs to be true to what it said on paper. That's not what we're seeing right now. They are using, old axes to grind against Don with this president. I believe they lied about impaneling a grand jury for Georgia, Ford, and Don Lemon. And let's be clear, we're on the Don Lemon show right now. But it's not just Don Lemon who they've gone after, who they've terrorized, who they've gone to get to arrest for her to have a hearing for doing her job.
Freedom of speech.
Right.
For ensuring that people who felt strong enough about the death of Renee Good, let's be clear about where they were, because all churches are not made equal, right? We know that in order for slave ships to get here, they utilized the Bible and cited biblical language for why we deserve to be captured. It is no different here. The man who was a pastor in the church is the acting field director for ICE in St. Paul. That is the church service they sought to disrupt. Relying on the FACE Act is nonsense, because
one second, Angela. Olivia has to leave, and then I'll let you finish. Olivia, thank you so much for joining. If you just have a quick comment, we're going to let you head out.
I didn't want to interrupt, but I know where I think she's going with this, but the last thing I wanted to say, and I will definitely be tracking this all day, and we'll be here with you guys in the trenches, is just, it's a complete betrayal of values. And whether you are liberal, Democrat, Republican, conservative, I think anyone in this space who is watching this should be irate at what we're seeing happen right now, because it's not only a betrayal of, as Rick said, the economy and how they're hurting.
Well, that was just rude. Did you get that rude moment? Like she interrupted our conversation and says, oh, she's got to go, but can you? Okay. Really? They're not showing up? Oh, Little Bit is at school today, guys. She didn't want to go. I said, yes. I said, you want to go see your friends? And that's when she put on her coat. Rocky's upset for some reason. First of all, he's upset because we're out of treats again. And we just got to restock. Now, he had all his treats during the snowstorm. But I looked in there today and I was like, oh my God, all the bags of treats are gone. My hubby took him out. Hubby, yeah, Rocky's out of treats. I'm gonna make spaghetti today. Okay. I think we should finish off the spaghetti. Yes. Okay. Now I want to move on.
Their own people, even though they claim to stand by them and the people that voted for them. But it is a betrayal also of who we are as a country and our individual rights. And so that is why this moment has been so incredibly chilling. And it's an intimidation tactic for all of us. But I am standing with Don Lemon and Georgia and all of the other journalists that have been impacted by this. This is a really serious moment. And I hope that people are really, truly paying attention.
Yep.
Because when they come for one, they come for all of us. And that's really
Rocky Doolittle.
That's right. Thank you so much for joining, Olivia. Hopefully we'll see you later on. Okay, Angela, sorry about that.
No problem. And I can't be on long either because, as you know, there's now a live press conference at Minneapolis City Hall where they are talking about this, trying to figure out what evidence whatsoever there is that there was even a grand jury impaneled. Georgia Fort, of course, has a hearing at 1:30 p.m. And it's very important for those from Minneapolis who are watching to go out. I am not a journalist. I'm an advocate. I want to make sure that this sister is protected. I will use every single tool that I have in my toolbox to share the truth, to report out on the truth, but also to tell you my opinion. And my opinion is these people don't know how to read the law. My opinion is these people don't care about the law. My opinion is these folks hope that they can intimidate us to the point of silence. Do the opposite. There is a Minnesota Freedom Fund there that has been set up to help support the other folks who were taken into custody. I think the other thing that's important to note, people have been saying it's for journalists. It's not actually for journalists. It's Georgia Fort, Don Lemon, Trey Earn, Cruz, I believe, and Jamel Lundy. Jamel Lundy is running for office. This is designed to put a stop to people supporting him because now he's deemed a criminal. For Earn Cruz, he is a co-founder of Black Lives Matter in Minnesota. We know the beef this administration has with faux Antifa that doesn't exist, and everything BLM is our fault. They do not care about these collective Black Lives Mattering. And so we have to be clear and unapologetic about this. This is not the time for allies that will just donate in the dark night. This is the time for allies to use their white power, their white privilege to speak up for the least of these. And by the least of these, I don't mean worthiness. I mean how they are perceived by this administration. And so while they are celebrating, saying when life gives you lemons and putting chains up, understand the significance of something like that. This is not just about Don. This is not just about Georgia. This is not just about Tre'Ern. This is not just about Jamel. This is about everybody else who they will come after this. We saw the warning signs in Los Angeles, and people did not move for David Huerta the way they should have. When we saw Senator Alex Padilla tossed on the ground when he was exercising his constitutional duty, the oath he swore to ensure that he looked after his constituents and upheld the law, when we saw all of that.
Comments are not being deleted. Sorry, I was on mute. We are not deleting comments. I promise you that. But if I delete a comment, I'll let you know, because I'm going to tell you, I'm deleting it. But I'm not deleting it. I haven't deleted in a while, since some other stuff, calling me names. That's usually when I'm going to start deleting. She's got a lot to say.
That we didn't do anything. When we saw LaMonica McIver getting indicted for doing congressional oversight, where since then multiple immigrants have been hurt, harmed, and killed, we should have woken up. So if you ever needed another wake-up call, it's today. What are you going to do? What are you going to find within your toolbox to do? Now is the time to open the toolbox to pick up what is in your hands to do. It's not, if we're going to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, be clear about what it said. It wasn't just about, we hold these truths. No, you have to live these truths. You have to exercise your full responsibility toward these truths. And after you do that in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, there's a way you're supposed to go about it to protect it. That is what that's where we are. We have to take it back from them. This ain't about MAGA. This is about making it be true to what it said it was going to be about anyway.
And I've got one more question for you, Angela. Hold tight 1 second if you can. I want to let Rick go. Rick, thank you so much for taking the time.
You're very welcome. And I just want to say that was brilliant. That was like, want to stand up and salute on that just now, because I don't want to see modern day Bull Connor in camo on the streets of any goddamn American city. I don't want to see the people who carry the pocket constitutions around and wave them around in Congress, deciding they can skip over the First and the Second and the Fourth and the Fifth and the Sixth and the 10th and the 14th Amendments when they choose to, like it's some sort of menu in a restaurant. Y'all keep up the pressure. I hope that we will see Don out today. These people are abusing power in a way that we've never seen before, but I appreciate you guys having me on today. Free Don Lemon. Stay strong, everybody. Remember the words of the class. When they kick in your front door, how you going to come? With your hands on your head?
Free Don Lemon.
Let's go. These people have absolutely no right to do this to Don. They will do it to more people if we let them get away with it. Yeah. All right, folks. Thanks again.
Rick. Thank you, Rick Wilson. We appreciate you.
Free Don.
And Angela, you have been in, not just in politics, but in the movement, in the civil rights movement in this country for years and years, and frankly on front lines and in leadership positions. And we played a little bit ago a bit from Leader Jeffries' press conference. We've put on the screen the statement from Mayor Bass. I am wondering, just in terms of getting in the concerns of our people, that their leaders are not doing enough. What, when we have days like today where unthinkable, unacceptable things happen, what should we be demanding from our leadership? And what do you expect to see from our leaders in Congress and across this country?
Well, I know my good sister Reese has this too, but I'll say this is one of those times where it's not just about calling your elected officials. It's also about going to see them. Right. This is not just about making sure that your name is counted in the number of people who said abolish ICE. This is not a tally day. This is a day that says, I need to actually hear back from you. Like, say it with me. This is what you're going to do, that you will actually hold the line, that you're not holding the line until it gets uncomfortable, that you're worried about your approval ratings or whether or not you'll get that one or two other seats in the midterms. This is not a midterm strategy. This is a right now strategy. This is not even a Black History Month strategy. It's still January 30th. So this is your January 30th marching order. Do what needs to be done to ensure the people in this country are protected. That is the requirement. You have to get creative. If you have to sit down and have a conversation with the House or Senate parliamentarian, so be it. But figure out what your tools are. Again, this goes right back to the heart of, we have to all use the tools within our toolboxes. All of them are different. We the people.
Our good friend and independent journalist, Don Lemon, was arrested in Los Angeles while he was covering the Grammys. The New York Times reports federal agents arrest Don Lemon over Minnesota church protests. The former CNN anchor has said he was not demonstrating, but reporting as a journalist during the interruption of a service inside a St. Paul church earlier this month. Don Lemon's statement is as follows. Don Lemon was taken into custody by federal agents last night in Los Angeles, where he was covering the Grammy Awards. Don has been a journalist for 30 years, and his constitutionally protected work in Minneapolis was no different than what he has always done. The First Amendment exists to protect journalists, whose role it is to shine light on the truth and hold those in power accountable. There is no more important time for people like Don to be doing this work. Instead of investigating the federal agents who killed 2 peaceful Minnesota protesters, the Trump DOJ is devoting its time, attention, and resources to this arrest, and that is the real indictment of wrongdoing in this case. This unprecedented attack on the First Amendment and transparent attempt to distract attention from the many crises facing this administration will not stand. Don will fight these charges vigorously and thoroughly in court. A personal note, this is clearly selective prosecution. The gal that really has a bee in her bonnet over Don Lemon was apparently tweeting all weekend, and people on Twitter were saying, "Are you drunk? What's wrong with you?" These are very unserious people that are very intimidated by the truth, very intimidated when people put a mirror up in front of their diabolical actions, the pure Nazi evil fascism that exudes from this administration. And nobody puts a better mirror up to that than Don Lemon. And he has been rigorous in his honesty regarding his reporting in this regime. This is clearly selective prosecution. This is seriously an erosion of the First Amendment. Don is a canary in the coal mine right now. And they're going to see how far they can take this, because make no mistake about it, everybody's on the chopping block. Us, all of corporate media is getting gobbled up by Trump sycophants. And so this is the first spear that they want to attack independent media. Everybody right now, go to Don Lemon's YouTube page and subscribe to his channels. Follow him on social media. Promote his posts. There are little ways each and every one of you can resist. Everybody can resist. If you cannot leave your home, share on your social medias. Share all of these injustices. Tell people you stand with Don. Tell people you stand with the First Amendment. And those of you that can protest, always protest peacefully. My dearest Don Lemon, we adore you. We stand with you. Your fearless journalism is protected. And if you go down, we go down with you. We stand in complete solidarity with you, my brother.
Go and check his.
When I look over the last year,
go and check his channel out. I stand with you, Don Lemon. That's his page. Oh, they do? I didn't know that. I like that, Darcy. Letitia, has Rocky got a Kong toy? No, yeah, he's got all kinds of toys. He won't play with them. He's older now. Oh, that would be fun. I don't think he likes peanut butter anymore. Let's see what he's doing. He's looking for more of my sandwich. That's what he's looking for. He wanted a treat. And he's out of treats. And he's like upset about it, Marie. And he's probably upset because Eric's gone too. Because normally he's in there with Eric. Child abusing. Okay, you're out. All that child stuff. You're banned. See, some people, it just depends. This is how it works. If you say something about me and it's like, oh, you're ugly or you're fake, you got fake hair, your nails are fake, your lashes are fake, you know, whatever. I don't care. But when you start talking about children and babies and stuff like that, you lose me and I have to kick you smooth out. I banned you. And there's no way back. So you got to be careful what you say. Because if you might say something that I won't even respond to you. I won't even respond. It'll just be boing and you're out. No more chat for you. No more chatty do for you do. So just be careful what you say. I'm just saying, because I will kick you out. I won't even look at the name. It'll just be, ooh. And if I do happen to look at the name and it's someone that I know, no, I'm going to be like, what the heck I do? Yeah, whatever church he decided to go into, doesn't matter. Hello, Alicia. Hello, Alicia. Hello. How are you, sweetheart? Alicia. I can't see all the comments in my windows, but I can see them on the screen. That's good. You can see them. People may have blocked you. Oh, you are? You're deleting comments? I just blocked somebody. I would let them know if I'm going to remove a comment, or I'm going to let you know. I just think you should know. I just blocked someone. Something white. Yeah. Yes, girlfriend. Arrested.
Look at the party of freedom, the party of small government. And I look at what they have done to liberties and constitutionally protected rights.
Thank you,
free speech.
Sweetheart.
Nope. We're gonna censor that. Assembly, nope, because if you say something, we could kill you. Freedom of expression, not if we don't like it, not if it's against us. Now they're going after, gun owners. Well, you can't have a gun here if you're a Republican or a liberal. So I just look in 1 year, how many constitutionally protected freedoms this administration has taken, and it is right now, Don Lemon, freedom of the press. Are you kidding me? It is not shocking. It is not surprising. It is appalling.
It's appalling.
And it is just one more block that we are losing in constitutionally protected rights because this man is a fascist.
Go to
All right. So what have the Democrats been up to? What have they been up to? You remember Chuckles I showed you where he's like, Kristi Noem and Stephen Miller are fucking liars. We won't fund DHS. Well, Chuckles folds like a cheap suit because Democrats are not meeting this moment. Put up the post. CNN, Chuck Schumer's office says a bipartisan deal has been reached to extend funding until September 30th for agencies under 5 bills and pass a 2-week stopgap for DHS to give time for negotiations over ICE. Raquel posts, Chuck Schumer is a fucking loser. And I 100% agree with her. Right now, the words bipartisan should not come out of the Democrats' mouth because there is no bipartisan support for fascists that arrest journalists and kill protesters. Period. It's that simple. It is that simple to say to the electorate and to the American people. No, there is no bipartisan.
No matter what you say, it shouldn't get you killed. No matter what you say, it shouldn't get you arrested by a federal government. He was doing his job. This is unexcusable behavior. You can't excuse what we see. It is horrible to watch. This man has been arrested for no reason whatsoever because of freedom of press, free to speak, freedom of speech. Free to assemble. No, this is Donald Trump's situation right here. Let's go down and let's get Don Lemon. Let's see if we can get an indictment on him. For what? They haven't even told us what the charges were. Somebody said trespassing. I thought that was a joke.
Partisanship because we will not cooperate with a fascist Nazi regime that kills citizens and then 2 seconds later calls those citizens terrorists when the terrorists is Stephen Miller, Kristi Noem, and these masked cowards and these ICE agents. And what are the Democrats doing right now? Patty cake with fascists. It just makes me crazy. And senatorial candidate Graham Plattner points out something. Pop this up. New House Dems speak. House Dem leader at Representative Jeffries just told me in his news conference that he wants a ban on deportation of U.S. citizens as part of a deal on DHS conduct and the immigration crackdown. There already is a ban on deporting U.S. citizens. So they're negotiating something that already exists. Graham Plattner says, why are we negotiating over things that are already illegal and banned by the Constitution? I knew Democratic leaders were stupid and ineffectual. I had no idea they were this stupid and ineffectual. And this is the damn truth. The Democratic establishment ruling class always allows the right to control the narrative and the right to dictate everything. You might remember when we had Rahm Emanuel on the podcast, he was like, Democrats should talk about bathroom issues. And I was like, MFer, it's the Republicans' whole campaign. Their top commercial was all about bathroom issues. They're the ones that are gender obsessed. And here, now they're allowing the fascist kidnappers and murderers to control the narrative. And we're going, hey, we know it's already illegal to deport U.S. citizens, but can you put that in writing again? Can you just put that in writing again? This is not a resistance. This is serious. Generational damage is happening. And all of these people in Congress, Hakeem Jeffries, is exempt from this. He's exempt from the horrors that are happening right now. Little kids are in custody. Little kids are being hidden across the United States of America because their parents don't want to be separated from them. Parents are too scared to go to work. Good, decent people, not criminals. good, decent people. The criminals are the masked agents that murder people in cold blood and then call them a fucking bitch. And this is the Democratic response. It makes me so mad. It's such a betrayal. It's such a betrayal of the American public. It's so beyond that this party, this political party, cannot step up to the microphone and say, we will resist every single thing. You have an 18% approval rating, and all you do is lean in to the things that cause the Democratic Party to fail, and you allow the worst people in this country to define you. Or when you're not doing that, you crowdsource it. You see what polling says. Instead of believing in something, believing this is wrong and we stand against it. There is no bipartisanship whatsoever with these fascists. If you support pedophile protectors, there's no bipartisanship. If you support kidnapping little kids, there's no bipartisanship. If you support arresting journalists, there's zero bipartisanship, because we are the pro-America, pro-freedom, pro-constitution, pro-law and order party, and you are tyrannical dipshit Nazis. It's that simple. I double dog dare you to walk up to a microphone, Hakeem, and say that, because how I know how ineffective you are is how little the Republicans hate you. They hated Nancy Pelosi. They couldn't stand her. They still hate her because she was effective. I didn't agree with everything she did, but she whipped the votes and she was a force to be reckoned with. You are a bend over, jump. How high do you want me to jump? Okay, I'll take a picture with a baseball bat and send a strongly worded letter. It's inept incompetence and appeasement. This is absolute appeasement.
No, not when someone is very disrespectful and nasty, and you never want to see that person again. It's not.
Well, they've just cashed in every bit of power they could ever have. And I, unfortunately, am not surprised how ineffectual they are. But I would just, beautifully put, by the way, but I would just say, you could put all these regulations and all these things. If you have an administration that does not follow the—
Yes, you do have to have tough skin to be on the internet, but you also don't have to put up with foolishness either, because foolishness is just stupid. There's a level of stupidity, and sometimes stupidity can go a little too far. And if it goes too far for me, then I just get rid of them. And talking about children and things like that usually makes me, yeah. So it is going to ban you if you say something stupid and disrespectful. You can have your opinion. I don't care. Have an opinion all day long and have it against, believe in whatever you want to believe in, you know, but certain things you just, that doesn't hurt. I know if it's in a way that is not really good, and you know what I mean. Ha ha ha. You can't see the screen. It's lemon is sour. Letitia, please block spamming. What does that mean, Darcy? Carpella hasn't done anything yet. I don't want to just start banning people just because. America is embarrassing now. It is. And your point, are you congratulating them for their what? Careful. First, I will be polite and remove your comment. I just removed 2 comments from Capella. Next is a timeout, and then you're out. I don't remember them storming into a church. Nothing will come of it, but knowing Don Lemon is no, that's him in a jumpsuit. It's not funny. You're right, Darcy. Trump got the Venezuelan president to liberate the people who's coming to get him. Wow. Interestingly, Salisa. Freedom of speech does not give one freedom from consequences. Republican Party and troop show you just how dangerous a cult is. Yeah, but the consequences that we've been seeing lately have been, in my opinion, overly done and overly stated, and has cost 2 people their lives. Unnecessary killings, and not just unnecessary killings, but also unnecessary arrest. Because Don Lemon can say what he wants to say on his podcast. I say what I want to say on my podcast. I don't think Donald Trump is fit for president. I think he's everything my husband keeps saying he is. The Republican Party and Trump show you just how dangerous a cult can be. I believe they are a cult. I believe the Republican Party is scared of him. And I believe he's trying to think he's going to scare us by putting Don Lemon in prison for no reason whatsoever. Yeah, moms are fighting to walk their kids to school. We need people to help us find those whom are responsible. Yep. That's right, Tina. What is going on in Australia? Yes, that is if that is what you're doing. But I don't find Don Lemon being rude or racist. And so I don't think that, and if he was rude, and again, I don't think that he's racist at all. It's hard for him to be racist. Isn't his husband white? And no, he's not. That's a stupid. First of all, Don Lemon is not racist. Now, he may be rude and abrasive, but racist is not one of them. And if he wants to say what he wants to say about them, then it is what it is. It's still freedom of what he would like to say. Maybe we should start watching Don Lemon a little bit more. But I'm yet to see him say anything abrasive, rude, and especially racist. That's a big one. And you're probably not even talking about him specifically. Yeah, you're probably not even talking about him specifically. But I don't think that me saying F you to an ICE person is equal to him killing me. I don't think being rude is okay for you to kill me. I just don't think that there's any excuses for the behavior that has been going on lately. And that's why the protest is insatiable in Minnesota. That's why they're fighting back on their streets. And that's why Donald Trump has gotten a little concerned, because he's losing the plot. But even this right here is going to affect him. Watch. All hell is going to break loose. Yeah, pick who you want to listen to what the right people has to say and spin the story and make it seem like it's something other than what we see, then go right ahead. I don't want to see that story. I want to see the real deal, thank you meal story. That this man has been arrested for doing his job, for being a journalist.
Law. What does it matter what's written in the law? They're not going to follow it. That's why you have to tear it down, because there is no regulation, there is no training, there is no ruling, administrative or court that these people will follow. A George Bush appointee in Minnesota said one agency has violated the Constitution and regulations and court orders 96 times in one.
No, just because we won't go along with it. We won't go along with the lie, go along with the injustice, go along with the go on, won't sweep it under the rug and pretend like we didn't see what we saw. Is that why we're making it divided? Speaking out on injustice? Things that shouldn't be happening in our world today, that is happening in the streets of Minnesota. And just because it's happening in Minnesota doesn't mean it can't happen in your backyard. I heard a detention center here, 50 people to one cell. The conditions are inhumane. Nobody would want to sit there. And there's kids in these camps. They have nowhere to, they're gathering up and got nowhere to go. And some of these people are legal. We're going to watch the language, JoJo. I removed a comment. Oh boy. No, freedom of speech. No, he's not racist. Yeah, that's what I thought, Demon Dictator. I realized that. It's okay that you don't like Don Lemon. Love you too, Daisy Lee. Yeah, that goes both ways. It does hurt. The truth does hurt, user. No, they're not removing people. They're throwing them on the ground, choking them, cutting off their air supplies, and hopefully that they live. Or sometimes they're just shooting them. You know, it just depends on what kind of control that particular officer wants at the time. Think what is simple. What's simple is that those ICE people need to remove themselves out of Minnesota and stop terrorizing the streets. And he needs to come up with a better solution on going to get illegals out of the country, because he's killing the citizens all in the name of it. He does not spread hate. He spreads the truth in my book. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Who? You? Me? Who? I see justice happening. No, I see injustice. Get rid of the illegals. They shouldn't have been allowed to cross the border. Wow. These illegal people. They shouldn't have been. They shouldn't have done this. They shouldn't have done that. Moving on. You have me until you call about your man. What do you mean, my man? To set me straight. My man is in the chat supporting me, and pretty much I believe we're on the right side. No, he didn't violate the law. Removing illegals is not the argument. How it's been done is the argument. Thank you very much. No citizens are inserting themselves into ICE operations violently. Well, just like Alex was just holding up his phone and got pushed, and then they pushed that other lady down. Then all of a sudden they shot him for no reason. Hi, Les. Take my meds. Okay. Sean, is it? I don't appreciate the comment at all. She wouldn't if ICE hadn't did what they did to her. I got a lot of trolls. Exactly. Forgiveness. Sure he did. Blame it on Biden. It's all his fault. Yeah, and that's what You do. You listen to both sides, you find out what happened, and you realize that he did nothing wrong. What do I look like listening to Fox News spin it? Yeah, he busted up in the church and they told him to leave and he just sat there and wouldn't leave and just bombarded and was part of this. No, I don't want to hear that, the lie. I saw it for myself. I saw Don Lemon do it, go to the church. I saw it for myself. He wasn't disruptive. They didn't say get out of here right now or da 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 to him. They were not treating him like a criminal, like he was in the way. He was reporting on it. No, there is always two sides. And then it ended up being the side that where I was right. I was right. Very much so, Alicia. No, I feel like I'm on the right side. Why would they be criminals? Why are they criminals? What did they do to become criminals? Because they touched the border? Oh, we came across the border, now we're criminals. It's that stupid shit. Hello, Pickles Pain. Okay. I'm finna shut this live down. Alex ran into a confrontation with a gun as a felon. He wasn't a felon. Stop making up names and stupid stuff on Alex. He was a nurse. He was a citizen. He had a family. He had friends. He had a life. And ICE decided that it was time for him to go. Donald Trump's thugs. They didn't make themselves put themselves in a position. He was standing there filming the Iceman. The Iceman walked up to him, got mad at the woman, pushed her down like she wasn't shit. No, what are you guys watching? We've seen the video over here several times what happened to Alex. And Alex shouldn't have never died. But thanks to the ICE thugs on the streets, thinking they're robbed, it was just weird the way they treated him. Donald Trump, that's his team of people. So when his team of people fail to do something or kill someone, you look to the leader of that organization and you ask them, why is this happening? Just like this with Don Lemon. Why is this happening? Why are you knocking on his door? Because he's reporting something that you don't want him to report. The truth about your thugs. He's racist. You're right. And I am sick of people telling me to stop looking and stop seeing the things that I'm seeing. Use common sense that this dictator in chief has decided to pick up Don Lemon and other press people, and it threatens us all of us that are not me in general, but those that speak out against injustice behavior. Picking up Don Lemon and locking him up for no reason whatsoever has killed several people in ICE custody. It is a lot. It is a lot. Yeah, I'm just standing there with my phone right there. And then this ICE agent pushes me on the ground and I fall. And then Alex comes and tries to help me up. But then they grab Alex like he's some thug and start grabbing him and beating on him and fighting on spraying him in his face. And then the last moments of his life, pow, pow, pow. And then everybody, not everybody, but some of you in this chat have seen something other than that. He was in the way. He was domestic terror. That's that BS. I don't believe what Donald Trump says. I don't believe in his word anymore. He's a flip-flopper. She sure was. She was murdered just like Alice Perret. It was crazy. Petty. Love talking about Joe Biden. Joe Biden has gone on. He is not president. He is not wreaking havoc. He has not got a force called ICE running around wreaking havoc and killing people. But the current president do. Trump. Yeah, she is. I didn't say anything about open borders. No one's ever heard me say, open the borders. Yeah, come on in. We have a border problem, but we got a bigger problem, and that is ICE snatching people out of their beds, hog tying them in front of their kids, snatching the kids out of their beds as well, and hog tying them too, like they're criminals. It's that stupid, diddle-loopid stuff that's going on. And you guys, some of you, like, I'm not going to mention no names, but want to pretend like I'm not, like it's okay to do what they've been doing this whole year since he's been president. He's not helping the economy. It's not getting better. Trump 2 sons, Trump orgs sues IRS. Does that make sense? Good luck with that. Thank you for sharing. Just smile. Yeah, Donald Trump is a criminal. Sure he was. He was so disrespectful. He was so disrespectful. He was helping the lady up. That was so disrespectful. He was filming them. Oh, that was so disrespectful. Get on the ground. Shh. He's outnumbered 8-5. 8-1, I mean. Kicking him and fighting him and beating on him. But she's seen it on Fox. Of course she's seen it on Fox. They showed you the angle. And they showed it, what, one time or something? Wrong channel. Yeah, they out here. Don Lemon. Okay, be careful, Kel. Be careful. You can dislike him, but you can't be calling him names and stuff. Because he is not those things. Okay? You can call him a loser, but leave the effing out. Well, Bruce, unfortunately, Don Lemon didn't think to. But was that a criminal? Is that a criminal offense? Because he didn't wait till church was out? It might have been disrespectful. Put that in there. But illegal? Not making sense to me. He didn't break the law. He didn't break the law. They haven't even came out with the offense yet because they don't know what to offend him for. He didn't break the law. The ICE agents broke the law. Okay? The ICE agents broke the law. It is the law, sweetie. No. It's injustice. That's why I'm posting his link in here. Guys, go support Don Lemon. Just hit that subscribe button. Do what you need to do, but support. He shouldn't be in jail. And they shouldn't be trying to scare him into jail because that's what Donald Trump is trying to do. He's trying to silence Don Lemon, but Don Lemon is just going to get louder. He's just going to get louder. And as he gets louder, so do the people that support him. And I am now a true supporter because I think the injustice is real. Okay, now you're calling me a bitch. You went from being, you went from having your comment removed to being banned. I probably wouldn't have minded if he hadn't have spelled out the word. If he had just pretended he was saying it, it would have been better. But since he had to just say the word, I had to get rid of him. He wasn't a violent nut. He was a violent nut. Now he's a nut. Don't disrespect the dead. Don't disrespect him. JoJo, don't disrespect him. He was somebody's son. Well, hopefully he doesn't get in there and get soft on us. Hopefully he gets in there and stays vigilant and on his toes. And I don't think he's going to be in there long. There's an outpouring, there's an outcry to get him out because this is injustice. This is injustice. I already signed the petition, whatever they need me to do. I know, they're everywhere. Yeah, it does seem to think that Trump's people see something different than we see. But it's funny how he came out and corrected himself because he knew, wait a minute, Alex was killed. I'm going to send so-and-so, one of his people down to Minnesota and see what's going on. No, take your ass down there and see what's going on in Minnesota. No, he's entitled to. He's a journalist. He wasn't interfering in anybody's laws. Oh my God, the crap-a-doodle that you guys come up with. Come on now. Don Lemon didn't do anything wrong and you know it. And you guys are making it up. It's really something. No, he did nothing wrong. I'm sorry to say. And for some reason, people are going cuckoo. Hunt, do your best. Nobody was threatened. He didn't threaten anyone. I saw the video on every angle, and every angle said that these men came after him. Yeah, and shot an unarmed man. He was not armed. He couldn't defend himself. He was defenseless. You're just going to stay there and live besides the UK and just decide you were just going to stay there and live, try entering another country. Who, Debbie? Who needs to enter into another country? It probably will wake some of us up because we're dealing with other country issues. He is picking up journalists. It is really sad to see. Exactly, Lisa. Oh God, no. No, I think this is it. He only gets 2 terms. That's it. There's no more terms for him. And hopefully the Democrats are making sure of that. I saw that video and I don't really care. Then if that was the case, they could say, "Oh, he what did he do to a was it a light?" That is still no excuse for killing him. I think it's sickening for them to even show that as if that was, oh, but look at him on this picture. That's something Fox them would do. That's something they would do. See, look, he's violent. He's a terrorist. No, he wasn't doing anything the day of his murder. He wasn't doing anything the day of his murder. Nothing. Trump did say his supporters are not smart, and he got that correct. He did say that. That's what he said. No, I'm not a loser or a moron. Be careful. Suck it. That's exactly what I said, and I meant that. They're not criminals. We came up with that stupid name, illegals. It's stupid. They're people from a foreign country. They're not criminals. Y'all so quick to call people a criminal, but then when it comes to Donald Trump, y'all act like we don't know nothing about no 34 counts of felony. We don't know about him doing that to those women. We don't know nothing about the island. He's got his thugs running around in the street killing people, and he's got you guys sitting up in here justifying the BS. Stop the madness. Should be ashamed. Shame, shame, shame to sit up here and justify murder. He shouldn't have been in the way. Her car was in the way. She was in the middle of the street. She was on this side and that side. She was finna hit him with her car. He had a gun. He wasn't in a fetal position. He was in a position of kill. He was a domestic terrorist. Did you see what he did? He was in the way. He pushed someone. He had his phone out. That's illegal. He went into the church. He went into church with a microphone and a camera. That's illegal. Church was going. They asked him to leave. It says stupid stuff. It's not going to change the narrative. They have picked up this man, Don Lemon, and put him in jail. Pathetic. No, it's not okay that you voted for this. It's disgusting that we voted for this. And I say we because you all, those that did vote for him, yucky do. I would have voted for a roach before I voted for him. I would have voted for anything before I would have voted for him. It was no brainer. Yes, we have switched the subject. ICE are becoming vigilantes. They are abusing their power. power. No, let me finish. Let them finish talking.
1 month. So why are we spending time worried about what they write down and what the bipartisan agreements are? Because they're not going to follow them anyway. And if you don't know that, you're as big a dipshit as they are.
Shut the government down, get everybody in the streets, peacefully protest, every single Democratic senator hand in hand marching, civil rights style. This is serious. It is as serious as it gets. The United States government is arbitrarily executing people that they don't like or who ruffle their feathers. We are now arresting journalists because some drunk nut job in the DOJ doesn't like Don Lemon because he puts a mirror up to the religious hypocrisy of these pieces of shit that run the government. And here's just another example of how soft Hakeem Jeffries is. Pop this up. Axios reports House Democrats told by leadership not to go to Minnesota. House Democrats have been privately advised by their leadership, that's Hakeem, not to travel to Minnesota in support of ICE protesters. And Aaron Regenberg says, every time I write about how Dems could do the right thing and improve their position, hereby tackling their biggest liability, that voters don't trust them to follow through, stand up to power, commit to fights, Dem leadership immediately announces they are doing the opposite. Well, there's some in the Democratic House that are saying, fuck you, I'm going to do what I feel. And Ro Khanna goes to Minneapolis anyway. He says, talk is cheap, tweets are cheap, walk the walk and talk the talk. Put this video up.
In Minneapolis, and my point to many Democrats is this is not the time just to be on social media or to be on the floor of Congress.
Yeah.
We need to be on the streets. We need to be with the people who are standing up for justice in our.
That's who we want to see. We want to see our politicians standing with Minnesota. I like him.
Our freedoms. What happened was absolutely horrific in Minneapolis. Not just the fact that Alex Pretty was shot in cold blood and killed by ICE agents, but also the fact that that entire city is under siege. I went and I talked to a lot of the residents there, third and fourth generation Minnesotans, right?
Okay. And then Kylie, go back up now and play the second video. Trump asked last night, after the Democrats fold, are you going to pull out of Minnesota? Play the clip.
Immigration enforcement agents out of Minnesota.
We want to keep our country safe. We'll do whatever we can to keep our country safe.
So you're not pulling back?
No, not at all.
Sir,
wow.
No, not at all. That's what you got to check. That's what you got.
Nope, not at all. Are you getting the those thugs out of Minnesota, Donald Trump? No, we're keeping our cities safe. That's not keeping us safe, Donald Trump. Your thugs is not keeping us safe. They're putting us in harm's way. No, we're keeping the streets safe. That's that bull. That's that bull stuff. That's just word salad. Word crap-a-doodle. Oh, we're going to keep our city safe, so we're going to keep the ICE agents out there. That's not keeping them safe. That's keeping them thugged out.
Are you going to pull out of Minnesota? No, not at all.
No.
To Pump's point, these people, their ethos is the rules that apply to everybody else and the laws that apply to everybody else don't apply to us. We do what we want to do with impunity. We pardon our friends. We pardon violent insurrectionists. Our supporters can beat up cops. Your supporters cannot peacefully protest. If your supporter is trying to turn through traffic, we're going to shoot her and call her a fucking bitch. There should be the word bipartisanship right now should not even come off your lips. Trump 1.0, maybe. Okay, I get it. Politics are about compromise. This isn't about politics. This is human lives. This is our Constitution.
And then you're gonna come pick me up a month later after it all happened. What you picking me up for? It's so just stupid. Exactly. It makes no sense. There's no violence in Minnesota. The only violence that's going on is your thugs.
This is the rule of law. And because Hakeem and Chuckles take so much corporate money, do you think your corporations are going to withstand this assault on the Constitution and the judiciary? You think 3 years from now there's going to be a court system if you don't stand up right now to take their contracts in, since that
Or anyone who believes what ICE is doing are out supporting them, or are fearful that you may be mistaken as an illegal immigrant. Yeah. People, every person of color should be concerned about themselves being targeted for being an illegal. Because you might be thrown into a detention center. Yep. Because you look different and you're the wrong color, and not just the wrong color, but you don't speak the same. Making up a conviction for Don Lemon is pathetic. Making up an illegal thing that he did is sick. Trying to come up with a reason why the federal freaking government would be at his house charging him for anything is appalling. He did nothing wrong. Just the delusionals. We saw the same videos, so why did Trump supporters think they can tell us what we saw? Exactly. It's really interesting how they gives us a different story. I like these women.
That's who you serve, clearly. You don't serve the people. You don't serve the people that are suffering, because a real Speaker of the House and a real minority leader in the House and a real Senate minority leader of the House would say, we are shutting it down. We're shutting the country down and we're doing a general strike. We are all going hand in hand, arm in arm. They are protecting pedophiles, violating the law by not releasing the Epstein files. We're not going to stand for it. The president is in the epicenter of these Epstein files. Number two, we're going to launch a full investigation into Jeffrey Epstein's, quote, suicide, because that apparently happened under Trump 1.0. We are going to investigate. We're going to not fund shit. We're not funding jack shit until we investigate and unmask these ICE agents who have assaulted people and shot them. And we're going to unmask them, and we're going to do real investigations. And we could just go down the line of all the shit. But each time they move the goalpost and they move the goalpost. And every time they do that, it makes everybody less safe. It makes the electorate feel like they can't fight because they don't have leaders that are fighting for them. I'm dying to do an episode where it is all about Hakeem and Chuckles kicking ass. I welcome that episode. I welcome it. But they're so soft. They're so fucking soft. It's maddening. And guess what Trump's doing on top of all this? Pop this up, Kylie. Trump's suing the IRS for $10 billion. He and his sons, Dumb and Dumber, are wound.
You know what? Georgia Giants Slayer said FAFO. What the hell is that? I'm beginning to think that it ain't the best of the best. What the hell does that mean? And I like Georgia Giant Slayer, but he's making me move further and further and further away from him. Yeah, whatever. You're right, honey. Honey, you're absolutely right. I've been ignoring him. Exactly, Laura. Exactly. Just like January 6th. Remember January 6th? Remember Donald Stuggs going over there trying to destroy the Capitol? Then when he became president, he let all his thugs out. Now they become ICE agents. Unfortunately, Kevin. Unfortunately, like someone said, feels like he's been in office for
Found out.
30
Trump
years.
deciding to sue his own administration for $10 billion is basically Trump stealing $10 billion from taxpayers. But somehow poor people getting a soda with Snap is the scandal, says Melanie DiRaggio. So I expect every single bit of this from Republicans. I expect all of this hypocrisy and murder from the death cult that are the MAGA Christians.
Wow.
I expect it. We have spent so many episodes browbeating them. My focus right now is where is the resistance? Because there are millions of Americans dying to get behind that right now.
I completely agree. And when you look at Trump and his department heads and DOJs, not only did everybody know this was going to happen, there was legitimate news reporting before the funding or the spending bill was passed that this was all a ruse, that they were going to say they were going to pull back, but they weren't. So this surprises no one. And he's not taking questions about it. DHS is not talking about it in cabinet meetings. DOJ is not talking about it because it's in fucking defense.
Yeah, it's indispensable. The same. It was a bunch of BS. Yeah. It's stupid. It's just like that. I don't remember that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to come back with Megan and Harry. What do you think? Are you guys tired of hearing my voice?
And they know it. And the Democrats got hoodwinked again. And I just have no tolerance for it. And I think you're exactly right. I think you're 100% right. Shut it all down. But they're not going to do that because they're still proud to say the word bipartisan instead of embarrassed.
Yeah, and I just want to say, I don't want to support a political party that feels like you can be bipartisan with fascists, bipartisans with a murderous regime, bipartisan with a regime that is allowing people to make billions of dollars out of our taxpayer money that is now funding the industrial prison complex where they are building concentration camps. I do not want bipartisanship with a regime that ships people to Alligator Alcatraz and then loses them. They're fucking human beings. And the difference is they call them illegals, the MAGA Christians, the mega church, MAGA tongue-talking Christians call them illegals. So they therefore feel that this cruelty is justified. I don't. I don't feel that. I don't feel like somebody is less of a human by putting the word illegal to it. That little 5-year-old with his little bunny beanie is in poor health, keeps asking where his beanie is right now. What, Joe, get off on that? Do you think that's fun and cute and neat? There's thousands of little kids like that in custody right now. And you're saying bipartisanship? I cannot believe the conversations we're having in America right now, and that there is so little opposition and resistance to this. Nothing this regime does is funny, cute, or neat to me anymore. And I will stand up and come to this microphone every single day and use my privilege to highlight for the marginalized. And I'm an atheist, so I don't know why the fuck I seem to have more clarity on this than all of these hypocritical, hateful, white MAGA Christians. I'm so fucking pissed off right now. And I know that it's hard to stay engaged, but we must apply pressure. We have to do everything in our power to stop the suffering, the arrests, and stand up for this country and stand up for the marginalized. That's all we have. Like, subscribe, comment. We'll be back later with, I'm sure, some more fucked up news.
She says she sure will be back with some more effed up news. Oh, my new headsets. All right, guys. All right. Here you go, Rockadoo. I'm going to come back, okay? Hi, Rosemary. Hello, Hallie. I think it's Hallie's. Hell is real. Hello. They wasn't killing people. Tea tree. All right, guys, I'll be back. I got a few things I want to talk about Meghan and Harry, and I'll be back. Mwah.